3.6 million Australians had the biggest pay cut in history this week. The government and property spookers would have you believe that everything is fine, the economy is strong, and we're well on our way to recovery. That's a lie. We have some big issues in the economy right now. Everything that happened in March, they covered it up by throwing money at it, but that money is now being taken away, and the battle scars of this pandemic is about to be revealed. This is truly devastating, and I do feel for all the Australians struggling right now, and I hope that the economy does recover for them, and I hope the best for all of them. It says here, Aussies on JobKeeper will have their payments cut this week as the government wind backs its support. This is how much they'll lose. Up to 930,000 businesses will be hit by cuts to the 1,500 JobKeeper wage subsidy this week. 930,000 businesses. Geez, that's definitely not good, guys. You know, they're saying everything's fine. 930,000 businesses hit by pay cuts. That's going to be billions and billions of dollars taken out of the economy like that. Two rates will be introduced from Monday, with the top payments falling $300 to $1,200 for people working more than 20 hours. So that's a 20% pay cut for millions of Australians. Whenever before have we had millions of Australians have a 20% pay cut like that? We've never had that before, and we've never seen how this is going to affect the economy before. But there are hundreds of thousands of Australians about to have a 50% pay cut. It just gets worse. Employees working less than 20 hours will receive $750 a fortnight from their employer until January. So, you know, the part-timers before, some of them were only working a couple of hours a week, and then all of a sudden, you know, they've gone from making $500 a fortnight to $1,500 a fortnight. That's why we've seen retail spending boom. You know, that's why it seems like everything's been okay, because a lot of people have been making more money, but there are still more huge pay cuts to come. It says here, then payments will be reduced to $1,000 a fortnight and $650 a fortnight, respectively, for a further 3 months. So that's right, in January, they're going to be reduced again. So again, guys, I'm putting out the warning there. I'm not trying to be a doomsdayer, but all this funny money is now being taken away. This is going to have a huge effect on the economy, but a lot of Australians don't know how the economy works. They don't know how this is going to affect the economy, and the government likes that way. They want you to be financially illiterate. They don't want you to know what's going on. They want to keep you in the dark, and they want you to keep spending money and taking on debt. The changes are as a result of the program, which had prevented thousands of workers joining the dole queue, being extended until March 28, 2021. So what do you think? Do you think they're going to extend this program, or are the government, like they've been saying, they're going to thinking of making a job maker program instead of this? And imagine what will happen to the economy if they pull this support out altogether. To remain eligible, employers will also have to show that their GST turnover has fallen against a comparable period. So a lot more businesses aren't going to qualify for JobKeeper, so that means all these workers are going to have to be put on JobSeeker, an even lower payment of $800 a fortnight. They're not saying what's going to happen after December. More than 3.6 million workers nominated in July to receive the payments are set to feel the pinch, and I really do feel for them. Businesses in Sydney CBD, Melbourne CBD, New South Wales, Liverpool region were the top 3 areas relying heavily on JobKeeper program as of September 1. So what do you think is going to happen to the CBDs after this? Are they going to become a wasteland? I know a lot of people are fleeing the cities, not just in Australia, around the world. You know, I wouldn't want to be living in a shoebox apartment right now in the city. I wouldn't want to be in an overcrowded area. I'm definitely leaving Melbourne and moving out regional. So what do you guys think is going to happen? So what other postcodes are affected? Australia's Taxation Office postcode data reveals this was followed by Melbourne suburbs of Truganina, Hoppers Crossing and Tarneit, as well as Queensland holiday destination Cairns. So it's definitely not looking good in the western suburbs of Melbourne. There are a lot of lower income earners in the west. I'm from the west. I know how people are really doing it tough here. And also Cairns is really doing it tough. I wonder what's going to happen to the Airbnb market, if a lot of them are going to be flooded onto the market, and if there's going to be forced sales there. More than $55 billion in JobKeeper payments have been made to employers nationwide as of September 14. That's right, $55 billion. And now that's slowly being withdrawn. Imagine what that's going to do to the economy. Mr. Frydenberg said economists had deemed its JobKeeper and JobSeeker programs as standouts among a range of policies designed to cushion our living standards during the pandemic. And he's right there, it has really helped out a lot of Australians. Some Australians, though, it has helped them out too much. They're making huge amounts of money, way more than they were before. And there are some Australians that are getting no support. So they really do need to think about this program, make it more targeted to those that do need it and take away from those that don't need it. So let's now get into what the government plans to do after these schemes are reduced and what they're planning to do to save the economy. It says here, the Morrison government will continue to support Australians through the pandemic, and next week's budget will focus on our economic recovery, creating jobs to secure Australia's economic future, he said. So it'll be very interesting to see what they announce in the budget. Will they really create jobs? Will they be full-time jobs? Because, you know, they can give jobs to everyone and say, look, you'll get an hour a week here, you'll get an hour a week there, and they can make the unemployment rate look really pretty. But if people aren't getting enough work, it's not going to do enough to support the economy. If you're only getting a few hours, we need more full-time, secure, good job. Experts have warned the payment has kept many zombie business companies that should have gone into liquidation going. And I completely agree. All these businesses, you know, that weren't being responsible, that took on huge amounts of leverage. Normally in a free market, the people that run a business bad, they go down, and it creates opportunities for new, brighter people to come up and create wealth, to create businesses better, provide more value to customers, provide better service, and that's how the economy gets more productive. But no, they just want to, you know, support zombie companies. I do believe support should go to those businesses, you know, that weren't affected before, that were good companies, but these zombie companies that were running bad, that had a bad business model, they should be left to die. Opposition Treasury spokesman Jim Chalmers said cutting the payments by at least $300 a fortnight was the wrong decision for many workers and businesses. What do you think? Do you think it was a right or wrong decision? I'm kind of on the fence here. Yes, some people, you know, they can't keep getting this free money forever because some people aren't wanting to work because they're getting paid, you know, the same amount of money to not work. But then again, there are some people that really do need it. There are some people struggling. So what do you think was the right decision? Should they cut it or should they extend it? Premature JobKeeper cuts will see less money circulating in local economies that desperately need it, hurting the local businesses and risking more job losses and business closures, he said. And he's right here. It is going to hurt the economy. More businesses are going to go out of business, but they can't keep this economy a fake economy forever. At the end of the day, you know, they do have to face the music, but I do feel for a lot of businesses because, you know, they were locked down and it wasn't their fault, you know. So I do feel for those businesses, but there are some businesses that were running bad. Those bad businesses should be left, you know, to go away. But there should be support for good businesses. But again, this is going to cost the taxpayers a lot of money. We're really in a hard situation. He said, it makes no sense at all for Scott Morrison and Josh Frydenberg to be ripping out vital support for the economy without a comprehensive jobs plan to replace it. And I agree they do need a jobs plan. I think they're going to announce it at the budget. Will this be enough? I don't know. We'll have to continue to monitor that. Labor believes the support should be tailored to the economic conditions and should be cut where there are falls in the unemployment rate. And I do agree it should be more targeted. It should go to those that really need the support most. But yeah, this is a hard situation they're in. I don't know what they're going to do to get out of this one. But Mr. Frydenberg has previously said retaining the $1,500 wage subsidy was financially unsustainable as businesses start to recover from the restrictions. And I do agree, if businesses are fully recovered, they shouldn't get this payment. It should go to those that really need it. You know, it is costing taxpayers billions and billions of dollars. I hope they don't increase taxes. They're saying they're going to lower taxes. But, you know, I don't know what's going to happen in the long run with the taxes. They're saying that it's going to focus on growing the economy instead of paying it back. This is how crazy it's getting. The governments are saying we don't need to pay back the debt because interest rates are going to be, you know, dropped to 0.1% for governments in November. So all we have to do is grow the economy faster than the interest. So I guess the economy, the governments have turned into like property investors, just pay interest only and get the capital growth to, you know, make all the gains. They've learned lessons from the property market here. So what are the top postcodes relying on the JobKeeper program? It says here, and no surprise, postcode 2000 has 10,948 employers, businesses. And again, no surprise, Melbourne 3000, this is probably going to rise, has 7,165. Postcode 2170 has 4,293. Postcode 3029 has 4,042 employers. Postcode 4870 has 3,830. Postcode 3175 has 3,656. Postcode 3030 has 3,556. This is draining saying all these postcodes. Postcode 4000 has 3,287. Postcode 4350 has 3,286. And postcode 5000 has 3,246 employers. So there we have it, guys. Those are the postcodes worst affected. I'm interested to see what you guys think about this, because, you know, it's kind of seemed like we've got, you know, a double-edged sword here. You know, we're kind of damned if we do, damned if we don't. If we keep giving support, this is going to cost, you know, us taxpayers billions. But then if we don't provide the support, it's going to hurt the economy. There's going to be less money flowing through the economy. People aren't going to have jobs. So it's kind of a double whammy. It's going to be really interesting to see how the government handles this. So yeah, I hope you guys prepare, because we are in very uncertain times. Best to prepare now, pay off high interest debt, create an emergency fund. You don't want to be relying on the government because they're cutting payments. The last thing you want to do is, you know, get on Centrelink and then all of a sudden then they call you up, nah, your payment's dropping by 20% and there's nothing you can do about it. If this video brought you value and you haven't already, smash the like button for the holy YouTube algorithm. It really helps out the channel a lot. Comment your thoughts below, like I said, and if you haven't already, subscribe. I'll keep you up to date in the latest economic, finance and investing news in Australia. I'll keep you all informed, and I'm going to give an unbiased opinion on what's really happening. And of course, I'll see you in the next video.